Hey everybody, Jason Ellis here, doing comedy around the world. Well, America and Canada. Irvine Improv with Ian Fidance, August, I said Irvine Improv, didn't I? Good. August 20th, and then Oxnard Levity, live in Oxnard, August 23rd. And then I'm going to be in New York, baby, Comedy Club in East Village, September 26th. And then Comedy Club in Atlantic City, September 27th. And then back to New York Comedy Club, Stanford, September 28th. And then, wait, I'm going to be at Mic Drop Comedy in San Diego, October 8th. And then diddly-diddly-doo, coming to Canada. Going to be in Barrie, October 16th. And then I'm going to be in London, October 17th. And then I'm going to be in Hamilton, October 18th. Bob is your uncle. Welcome to the show, everybody. First, I will answer these zany text messages as fast as I can, and then I'll get to business because I got something to say. First, listening 814 show, finally talking about Nebraska player. Look up toy trailer from Melbourne. He was the best player on the team. No! I'm not even reading the rest of it. I don't care. No offense, but I don't care about football. But I'm happy for you. Knock, knock. You ever just chat with a person? Oh, my God. Jay, don't recall you mentioning Chickles in months on the podcast. Is he still with us? Isn't it weird? Like you ask if Chickle is still with us. I posted it. He passed away. I'm not answering that. Whoa. Nope. It's a long one. Haven't heard you mention Father Grind in a while. Is that still a thing? No, it's not. The person I was associated with is a retard. So I'm out of that. Where do you get your peptides? And do they have a referral code? Fancy Anus is asking. Listen, Fancy Anus. Instagram, @Wolfmate. I post it all the time. Clear peptides. I will be posting soon. I am officially going to be doing some stuff with them, and I'll have my own promo code. IG. Sorry, I have to do this. Because otherwise I'll forget. Molly! Someone on the Reddit page was trying to... I'm not reading Reddit. That's a ridiculous thing to do. You never read Reddit. Remember that. Wise words from a wise man. One time I read Reddit and I was like, okay, bye Reddit. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you think. I don't care about your hate or your negativity about any of that stuff. This morning, I was in my jacuzzi and I noticed because of the sun that was bouncing off the water that there was these little effervescent bubbles that were popping off the top. And I was like, oh, there's like millions of little bubbles floating around like this far off the water. It's magical. Good luck, Reddit. I'm looking at bubbles. Bubbles? Reddit. Which one? You decide what you want to do with your life. There's a lot. Ellis. Predicting the future?
And finally...
Wait.
And finally, Petco is pulling pet treats from that were sent from China.
Yes, good.
I mean,
good.
you know,
Why are we buying anything from them anyway? It's amazing.
they have the world's largest economy now.
Why? But why does this?
We buy everything from them.
It's
Like,
so-
everything in this room is from them.
It's so wild why we do that. If you look at an American flag, it probably says Taiwan
Come on
or
now.
China on it. Totally.
What was it about the Chinese dog treats? It was like killing dogs or something?
Yeah, it's killed more than 1,000
Why can't we make-
dogs
why
in the
can't we
U.S.
just-
since 2007.
Can't we live off ourselves? We're not capable of doing that.
And here's the thing:
We could. It would just cost a lot more, and people could buy a lot less.
Even more than it is now, huh?
Based on like the goods that I'm familiar with, it's not as crazy as it used to be, because as they make more money, the people earn more money, and then it starts to shrink. But I still think people who manufacture in China, ballpark, be about 30 to 50% cheaper.
Yeah.
So are you ready to get a third less shit?
I mean,
If not, then Target goes out of business.
Can I handle it is the question, because I'm for it. I just don't know if it does that break me?
well,
I mean,
that's
am I-
what everybody thinks.
But would it fix the country?
Hey, look, and if you're on a budget where $20,
That's weird. Those guys are so fucked up, and we buy everything off them. Why?
well, if you're on a budget where $20 is going to make the difference between you
Yeah, I get
being able to pay your rent, then
Hey, yeah.
anyway, of course, yeah. So don't buy any Chinese dog treats, apparently.
There it is. Me being a Republican before I even knew it. Tariffs. That's what I'm for, tariffs. Which brings me to, there's more text messages, but that is a great segue into what I'm going to talk to you about today. Because recently I have become associated with the Boonies. That's a skateboard company that is owned by Tim Pool, who I was not familiar with until just recently. I went and did his podcast. I skated at his skate park. We started hanging out. Obviously, there was a few people that slid into my DMs knowing that I was going there, and they were like, hey, man, do you know that he's homophobic and racist? And I was like, well, why would he have me on his podcast? Is this like a sneak attack? Are they going to be berate me with like, do you know gay is wrong or something? Or do you know how bad black people are? And I'll be like, what? That's not true. And then I've got to argue, because that seems like I don't think you can win an argument with me about that, because obviously, people are people. I don't give a crap about your skin color. And there is gay people. I met them. I know. Also, real quick, I'm not gay. And I understand that is difficult for some people to comprehend. But I'm an addict. And a lot of people are addicts. I'm not trying to like kumbaya, hold hands with other people, but the fact of the matter is a lot of us are running and using things as an addiction to not face the reality of where you are in your life right now. And if you never face where you are in your life right now, you can never fix it and move on and better yourself. You keep choosing Cheetos and sex and attention and boobies and shiny things, and you never get to the root of the problem, so you cannot fix yourself and then move on, move past, become better. This is where I'm at right now. I'm very, very content, very happy, and enjoying my life because of the things that I have changed in my life. I'm not against gay people in any way at all. I'm just somebody that I also slept with everybody. No need to get into details, but it's I slept with the kind of people where it'll make you drink, you know? But instead, I just drink liquid death. But there are people that are gay, and there are people that are straight. And there are people that are both. I have the capability of being both, but now that I live a more conservative lifestyle, and when I say conservative lifestyle, that does not mean that I am a right-wing extremist. It means conservative values make more sense to me. Just me, just my life. I'm not saying that you should do anything that I do. I'm just saying my experience in the past, very liberal, free living. Let's sleep with everybody. Let's do whatever we want. Whatever makes us happy, let's get it and consume it. Never made me happy. And as somebody that didn't read it, I lived it. I had money, attention. Everyone liked me. I slept with all the people. I did all the drugs. I was never happy. You can't all say that because you're like, maybe when, if I had the money, then I had the money. I wasn't happy. I had the attention. I had some fame. I had all the boobies and all the things that you think are cool. And there was a piece missing, always. Now, dude, it makes me emotional. For my sobriety and working on myself, again, I'm not saying you need to. I'm saying just for me. These are my experiences with my life. Your social media comments are not going to steer me one way or the other. No offense, but I don't care what you think. I don't. I also know that you don't really care. And then you go off and you eat Cheetos. You don't care what I do. It's just a nitpicking thing because social media has taught us to be such tools. But to me, when I lived that life, there was a piece missing. Now, and this could be old age. I've heard this. When people get older, they get more conservative. But I also think when people get older, they get more wisdom. I mean, depending on who you are, but you have a little bit more of life experiences and you start to understand things better. But for me, boobies had so much power. Attractive people had power over me. Wealthy people had power over me. There were people that could change my life and that would make me put up with it or go down that road. Think about all of us. We're all shiny cars or, dudes that go to the gym all the time, but they don't know how to fight. They just look jacked. What is that? If that's making you happy inside you, great. But if you're doing it because you think the girls are going to be impressed and then you can go out with some dingbat, because, what about if you just go with pretty girls? There's a time there where the person I'm going to date is hot, that if they're not hot, I'm not going out with them. Why do I care if they're hot? What happens when we're older and we're both not hot? What if there's a person that I used to date that was a penthouse pet that has called me recently that is completely, nothing is going on. And I was like, wow, I was in love with that. I wasn't in love with that. I was in love with the thing that you see me with and have respect for me because I'm doing this for props. It's same as ew, I don't like gay people. Why? Why? I don't want to watch it. Why? Because society has raised you to believe that when two men love each other, it's gross. But when two women love each other, that's kind of hot. That's how society has raised us from birth. When people raise you from birth a certain way, it's very difficult to shake it off and be carefree and be like, I'm not judging you because society has raised me to judge you. I'm just me. I'm happy. I love my friends. My friends love me. If I have a friend or somebody in need that I can help, would I help them? Yes, I would. Hopefully they would do the same. Sometimes people don't do that. But not... I don't like your shoes, screw you. Obviously, I talk smack on people with Skechers, but I would help a man if he had Skechers on, an old man across the street or, a dude that had socks and Crocs on and a bunch of people were beating him up. I would help him, So I'm not racist and I'm not homophobic. And Tim Pool isn't either. And you're like, oh, you don't even know. He said this and he said that. I've seen videos. I've seen it. He's got a lot of political statements. He does a political podcast. And most of it, pretty much all of it to me, I don't even understand. I also don't care. I don't care about being a Republican or being a Democrat. The closest thing I can get to relating was what I want to be if it's a Republican or a Democrat. My children's mother is a Republican. So I lean more Republican because that's my child's mother, who is a unbelievably great mother, and my kids love her, and I want to stand beside her so that my kids don't feel like they're being torn. There you go. That's as and I, again, really don't care. Here's the bottom line. Democrats in charge. If you're poor, you don't make any more money, you can't afford your food, and you can't afford rent. Republicans are in charge. You don't get any food. You can't. Your job doesn't pay you a bunch of money. You can't afford your rent. That's it. I don't like any of them, because I want all of us to get double our money for what we work for and half the money for rent. That's what I want. And if you can't do that, I don't care. I don't care about trans people in sport. I don't care about them in the bathroom. I don't care about any of your opinions about any of it anymore. I only care about the people around me. If you need help, I will help you. That's it. And Tim Pool, I have said to this guy's face, are you racist? Are you homophobic? He's like, well, first of all, I'm half Asian. I'm like, that's a pretty good argument. But still, you could be racist and half Asian. But I haven't seen it. I've seen some comments that it's like, ooh, you know, he's being honest with something, or maybe he's not. Maybe he's saying it to like trigger you guys. I don't know. I just know that he's into skating. Like, he's a proper skateboarder. He's a everybody that's watching this show, everybody that's watching this, unless you're Tony Hawk, he's probably not watching this. He's more of a skater than you. And that's what I am. I'm a skater. And this guy is invested in skating. And this is the relationship that I have with Tim, is it's skating. We skate. We hang out and skate. He supports me in skating. You know? When I was on his show, he didn't ask me my opinion about anything in politics, because I don't know and I don't care. And all you guys out there are like, oh, he's this, he's that. Now you are. I'm a Russian spy. Dude, really? Really? Do you have any proof? Do you have actual proof written down? Proof that he is like working with Russia to ruin America or ruin, what's the other place in Russia?
Ukraine, yeah. Like,
I don't care. Neither do you. You know, you're just in this thing, man. I'm just skating, man. I love my kids. But getting back to this conservative value thing, like, also just real quick with the Tim Pool thing, like, you know, you think Chris Cole did stuff with his ex-wife, that he put hands on her. Turns out he didn't. Turns out he won this thing in a court case, and the judge was, so it's like proven legally that he did not do it. But you don't care about that. You just heard it from somebody, so you're just going to keep pounding on him. He didn't do it. Also, Whitney Cummings is dating him. Has she got any bruises? I hang out with her all the time. She would tell me he hasn't done it to her. Weird, right? Because it seems like he's kind of a woman basher. Why don't you go buy a Chris D'Elia ticket or check him out on TikTok? Because that one's actually proven that he's like hit on 16-year-olds. But that's different, right? Is that different? You know? But it's also, Brian Callen is friends with him. I'm not going to hate Brian Callen. I don't know what Brian Callen's thing is with him. I don't know. I'm not there. You're not here. You don't know what I do. Shut up. Or keep talking. I don't care. I got my friends. I got people that care about me. People have dark pasts. People have made mistakes. Mayhem did a bunch of weird stuff. Mayhem was out of his mind on drugs, and him and his girlfriend got into things where they put hands on each other. More than once. Now he's sober, and if he stays going down that road, I will support him. If he doesn't, I will leave immediately, and he knows that. People deserve second chances. I have done things wrong too. I've cheated on everybody I've ever dated because I'm an addict. And now I'm doing the work and I'm getting sober and I'm living a conservative lifestyle. I don't care about Republican or Democrat. I'm a conservative when it comes to my lifestyle. And this is only my opinion because of my life experiences. In my life, what I have experienced is now that I am no longer valuing sleeping with people or being cool for the outside world. Like, I'm just, who are my friends? Who can I count on? And guess what? A lot of the ones that I can count on are Republicans. Black Rifle. Everybody I know at Black Rifle is a top bloke. They're good guys. They got my back. I can stay at their house. They need me to pick me up. They want to pick me up at the airport. I need someone to pick me up at the airport. They're there, man. I don't care what they vote for. I don't care who they're friends with. Have I been in a room where there was another guy that was friends with another guy that was saying some stuff where I was like, that's weird. What do you want me to do? It's their thing. They were raised a certain way to think a certain thing. It was like the whole, ew, gay people. I'm sure there's people that know people that I know that are like, oh, two guys making out. That's gross. Good. Fair. That's how you grew up. I don't like rollerbladers because I grew up hating rollerbladers. Is that stupid? Yes. But it's how I feel. If you want to judge me for that, do it. I just don't care anymore about what you think. I'm very happy. Tim Pool's a nice guy to me. I haven't seen him do anything bad. I've never seen him punch an Asian or I was like, can trans girls go to the bathroom? He's like, yeah. I'm like, gay people get married? He's like, of course. That's face to face. So what have you seen? You saw a TikTok video where he said otherwise? I know him. You don't know him. You know, if you want to argue and you are friends with him, let's have that discussion. But if you don't know him and you've never met him and you think I'm a douche because I'm involved with him, I don't care. You don't know what you're talking about. You're angry about nothing. But since I've lived this conservative lifestyle, I have never been happier. Obviously being sober, really working on myself. I don't sleep around with people. I have no interest in sleeping around with people. I sleep with my girlfriend because I love her. Is she hot? Yeah, okay, that's a bonus. But it's not, it's a weird dynamic. It's hard for me. I'm still making adjustments where I'm like, yes, she is a pretty girl. But it's not, I don't lose myself in the power of beauty. Where I used to just, if you were like, here's my boobs, let me blow you, I'd be like, oh no, and you could. Now, I'm like, look, I'm happy for you that you're hot, but I don't care. I just don't care. The power is gone. From working on myself, nobody has power over me anymore. And it's so liberating. I feel so free. The greatest thing about all this is living this life this way. I got a text last night. I don't know how long I'm going to be alive, right? Neither do you guys. But I got a text message last night. That was the greatest text message I have ever gotten in my life. No lie, no exaggeration. And like what you think about me hanging out with Tim Pool or Mayhem or Chris Cole or any of these people, or like if I'm like, hey, I don't think being in porn is a good idea. If you're in sex work, fine. I'm not saying I hate you. I'm just saying my personal experiences with it and the people that I associated with when I was doing that didn't seem happy. You know, people that sleep around with a lot of people seem anxious. And maybe that's just like they're like on antidepressants and stuff. I'm not. I was, but I'm not. I'm not anxious. When things are stressful, when there's nerve-wracking situations, I believe in God. It's not in my hands. It's in God's hands. And the anxiety is gone. Because I don't think it, I know it. And when you know it, then there's no point trying to, you can't change it. It's in God's hands. So why worry? And you might not, you're like, oh God, oh no, what are you, religious? Maybe I am. if you're attacking me on social media because I say I believe in God, I'm not attacking you because you don't. You know why I'm not attacking you? Because I'm pretty happy with everything. You're not. Figure that out for yourself. I hope you do. And if you don't, I'm sorry. Not suffer. I hope you do. I hope you're happy. But anybody that says anything about me, about anything that's good or bad, doesn't matter. My 16-year-old son, out of nowhere, texted me last night before I went to bed and said, Dad, I know we don't hang out a lot, but I wanted to let you know that I'm really proud of how hard you work and how long you've been sober. Love you, Dad. Thanks for being the best. I'm not sad. I'm so happy that it makes me want to cry tears of joy. Because what is important in life, you know? Also, if you don't have kids, don't have kids. That's great. I'm not saying you have to, but I have kids and I've made mistakes in my life that has changed their lives for the worse. I've made it more difficult for them because of my choices in life. And now that I'm going down this conservative, I get Republican. It's not, but. And these are my experiences, not everybody else's. The other side, hanging out with all the people that do the drugs and drink and do porn. And that's an extreme side of things. Granted, there's some very together liberal people. You know, you got your John Fry or whatever the hell his name is, the Karen Combe-over guy. He hates Mark Maron, you know, because he's a conservative guy. And he's got some points. And then Mark Maron's got points. But Mark Maron seems stuck up. You know, like, oh, the Rogan sphere. And I'm like, look, man, if you want to be in the Rogan sphere, good for you. You're in Hollywood, you're in LA, and you're doing movies. I'm sure there's people that you're being nice to that you don't really like. You're blowing smoke up each other's ass. It's fake. I'm sure there's people in Austin that don't really like each other that blow smoke up each other's ass so they can get into the mothership. Everyone's full of shit. I just don't hate any of them. I like Mike Maron. The Jeff Fry? Is it Jeff Fry?
I think so.
Jeff Fry's got past at the Comedy Store. He's kicking ass.
Oh, Jeff Dye.
Is it Jeff Dye?
Yeah.
Oh. Look, I don't care. You know, like, I've met the guy. He seemed nice enough. I'm happy for everybody doing whatever they do. Matt Rife. Everyone hates Matt Rife. Apparently, a lot of people love Matt Rife. Good for you. That's awesome. Crowd work, not crowd work. I don't care. Like, you made it, man. You made it. Ooh, you're not funny. I've been a part of this. I've done this. You know why? Because I'm insecure. I can be open. I can be honest with it. I have insecurities. And when I have insecurities, I lash out and say things. That's what you're doing. I know you're doing it. Because I've been it. I know what angry is. I know what sad is. Because I've been as angry and as sad as anyone ever has been. And now I'm really happy. I got a fucking text message from my son about how proud he is of his father out of nowhere. If I die tomorrow, I've done it. I have redeemed myself. I am a good man. You can count on me. The rest is gravy, dude. You know, if I get to go to the beach, I've been skating a bunch. I'm so sore. I'm skating tonight. I'm leaving. I'm going down to Tony's and I'm going to skate. I'm going to skate. I'm going to keep skating. And then I'm going to fly to Washington. And then I'm going to drop in on a 7-foot vert wall that no one has ever dropped in. One dude tried to do it and he broke his femur. And now I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it. I'm going to get 10 grand. And then I'm going to go on vacation with my girlfriend and sleep with just her and nobody else and be super happy and content about it. And if somebody's like, hey, what's up? Here's my titties. I'd be like, that's nice, but no, thank you. And you don't, like, again, these are just my experiences. There's been my whole life, boobies, I'd be like, I gotta do it. And now I'm like, oh, good for you. I don't care. Jason Ellis here for Ellis 2.0, talking about Hims. Hims is the future, baby. Hair and boners and weight. Just things that make you get in shape, look better, feel better. You know, if you feel better, if you look better, then you just feel better. You are better. It's like, and it's not an optical illusion. It's the real deal. And Hims is the future of this. I mean, why wasn't this invented when I was going bald? You know? But it's not too late for you guys. So it's a simple deal right here. To get simple online access to personalized, affordable care for ED. You know what that stands for? You want bam? That's the sound effect for that happening. Hair loss, weight loss, and more. More? Visit hims.com/Ellis. That's hims.com/Ellis for your free online visit. hims.com/Ellis. Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products include compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information. Thanks, Hims. My girlfriend got a job because she's a fit model. As a bonus. She's pretty hot. But also, this is a weird thing. I don't care. I'm not trying to sound mean or anything. Like, I love her. But, like, if a shark ate her leg tomorrow, I'm not leaving her, you know? Might be more into it, actually. Kind of into stumpy people. Not gonna lie. Trying to think of, like, I was like, if she lost an eye, I'd be like, that's hard. Like, put a patch on, you know? I'd be into that. Trying to think of, like, what sort of, I mean, it'd be tough to love her if she was like, you know, like she got brain damage. That'd be tough. Wow, that took a dark turn. She was like Matt Hughes. Jason, you know, okay, that's probably should edit that out.
Tito.
Wait, she was like Tito. She just kept saying, "Welcome to Tito's Cantina." Okay, that would be tough, you know, if she was like, Jason, Tito's Cantina, I'm at 5-time UFC. I'll be like, dude, we got to talk. I think we're breaking up. Yeah, that'd be tough. Yeah, but I don't know. That's not her, you know, like that's what I'm saying. Like, she's a good person. She's a good-hearted person who's worked on herself. You know, she's got her own afflictions like we all do, but instead of running, she has faced these things, got to the bottom of them, and become the best version of herself that she can be. And I can relate to that. You know, we all kind of run around jerking off, you know? Bunch of people always doing these things. Getting out of shape. You know, you got these fitness people, like how to eat, you know? Like, I got a dietitian. Google it. You don't need a dietitian.
Michael said in the chat, thank goodness Jules doesn't care about loving someone with brain damage.
Right. Right, that is fair. That's pretty spot on, because I do definitely have brain damage, and sometimes I have flexed my brain damage to her, and so far I think she thinks it's cute. You know, she has noticed that my time schedule, when did that happen? And I will say 3 months a lot, and that could be anywhere from a couple of hours ago to like 5 years. Because like someone will actually give me the date, and it's like, no, dude, that was in 2007. I was like, oh, thought it was a couple months ago, which makes it exciting for me because you never know. But I think I'm going to go to Thailand. Also, another thing, Thailand. I've been to Thailand. I don't want to get into what I did when I was in Thailand, but it involved crystal meth and prostitution. I feel like I got into it a little bit.
You're like, I don't want to get into it. Here's exactly what it is.
Yeah, well, no, there was a lot more than that. There was like ping pong balls and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, this time I would like to go and I would like to see the country and experience stuff, you know, like go hiking. You know, like I don't want to hike. I don't like hiking because I get sore. And I'm like, well, sore is just, you know, that's like that's you getting out there and doing stuff. It's like I'm sore right now from skating, but I'm going to go skate because I love to skate. But before, it's like, let's go on a hike in Thailand. And I'm like, well, I don't want to go on a hike in Thailand because I smoked meth last night with some people, let's say. I'm not going to say what you're thinking, but you're right if you're thinking it. And yeah, I don't really feel like hiking because I feel like I might have a heart attack. Also, when I got back from Thailand, that's when I had my heart went into AFib. And I'm like, I wonder if it had anything to do with that particular experience where I was drinking, doing illegal substances. Excuse me. Yeah, I didn't go do anything. I was just only trying to sleep with people or set up a potential thing that involved me sleeping with people or talking about something where I had just slept with people or getting high. That was it. Oh, no. Okay, tell a lie. Sometimes I ate. So that was a part of it too.
You'd for sure be dead if you went on a meth hike.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that probably would have been it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I had man. But when I realized this, like I was talking to my girlfriend about it, like I was like, I'm gonna make that drop in. Like this is the thing that people need to realize. If you want to get something done in your life, there's no I'm gonna really give it my all. I'm not gonna give it my all. I'm gonna do it. And I've seen it in my head. And the other thing is, you don't just go, I'm going to do it, and then you show up. You put in work. That's the thing I think a lot of us fail to realize is these people that are successful in life, yes, there is a mental attitude that you have where you know you're going to do it. But then there's the work that a lot of people seem to forget because it's just we're TikTok life, you know? We see somebody doing it and we go, yeah, that's it. Or you got a guy that's like, I will do it. You do this, you know what I mean? Like Goggins, you know, also David Goggins, he actually runs constantly all the time to the point where I don't think his limbs really work anymore. Also, I see a lot of people saying that he's a deadbeat dad now. I don't know if that's true. But I don't know. You don't know. There you go. There's a perfect example. I don't know David Goggins. I don't even know if he has kids. I haven't Googled it either. But I bet you the people that are talking smack on him right now also didn't Google it either. You just saw it on TikTok and now you're going for the jugular. You don't know. You don't know.
Pretty funny comment, though, from someone that said, who's going to carry the boats? Who's going to pick up your kids from school?
Wait, to who?
To David Goggins.
Oh, yeah, man.
It's not right, but it's funny.
Right, that's funny, but yeah, that joke's cool. But I don't know what he did, and neither do you. And boy, do we love to hate people without really understanding why. But yeah, when I realized, also conversations that I'm having right now where I'm talking about something else and then I go back to the thing that I was talking about was not a thing that I was capable of doing 2 years ago. You know, I was thinking about this morning. I have been getting high since I was 11. So 42 years I have been running, and I have been sober and working on myself and facing my afflictions for 2 years, not even 2 years, 22 months. And I am not the same person at all. I don't have the same interests. I don't have the same values. So people that want to troll me and all the things on social media, he's a right-wing extremist. Sure. But I think really what it is I just have conservative values now. And I think we're all on social media judging people. But when you meet people face to face, that's where I'm at. And comedy's taught me that. You know? I do comedy shows. I meet people face to face. Most of us are pretty good. You know? Sometimes some of us drink too much and we say silly things, but there was really no harm in it. You know, most of us are, you know what we care about? Our loved ones. You know? It's like someone says something. Imagine someone push your mum around at the front of a store or something. You're going to go ballistic, you know? Imagine someone puts hands on your kids. You're going to go ballistic. Because that's the thing that matters the most. We get carried away with like having cars and having cool stuff. I mean, I did. And now, I don't. And because of that, you know, like, am I still in a financial squeeze? Absolutely. Do I care? Not really. I mean, would I prefer that it wasn't that way? Yeah. 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 I saw a thing today that my ex's boyfriend had $600 to his name before his last fight the other day. And I was like, no, he didn't. Like he personally might have, but he had money. You know where he got it from? Me. That's my addictive personality that's talking to me about stuff. But I'm happy. I hope it helped him. I'm happy he won too. Bro, you've been a huge help. I've been sober for a week now. I only drink... Is that bourbons? I don't even know what that means. Well, there's a long one. Whoa. I mean, that's a lot. Oh, I'll try. Just a word of thanks. I've always enjoyed listening to the show and have stepped in and out over and then past decade with you being on Sat Radio and podcast. For me, you were always funny, lighthearted, over the top, just entertaining. I had a good time, so I listened. I enjoyed the show and looking forward to it as my mental unplug time, balancing the other parts of my life that are more rigid and formal. Stay in school, Jason. But I didn't need the show. Something's different in 2.0 that I didn't realize I needed until the past show last week. Thanks for helping me see at 44 just how far I've come since I was in my 30s and 20s and teens. Just seeing how much of a reframed perspective you have about your life over the past 6 months has told me that no matter how hard my shit feels like to me right now, 54-year-old, I'm 53, 54-year-old me, it's gonna be in an even better place than I am now. You keep saying things that feel like you could just as easily be talking to only me. or about what's in my head. What you said about wanting us to be okay and to do well, not get eaten by a shark or whatever, but at the same time not giving a shit about us or really anyone except for those that really are close to you, just hits me so real and personal. I've always felt the same way. It's not something that I can explain or to some of the people, even ones that are close to me, without sounding like an uncaring asshole. But man, it was so nice to hear you say it, in the same way that I've always felt it, and know I'm the only one that feels that way. Maybe I'm not some villain or a piece of shit because I can separate the difference out. Anyhow, I totally understand from what you've said that the 2.0 show doesn't pay shit. The reasons for doing it are different. Thank you. You're making a difference. Keep it up, Josh. That is the longest message I have ever read in my entire life. I felt like I was going to give up at least 7 times. My head hurts. Jason, mate.
Round of applause in the chat.
Yeah, did I?
Oh yeah.
Thank you. I know, right? Right. Thank you, you guys. That is, woo. I need a donut. That was crazy. Jason, mate, how is it? What did you decide? What did I decide for what? Yeah, I don't even know what the hell he's talking about. So yeah. Yeah, I'm just to get back to all these things, realizing, because every now and then I realize that I have wasted time. And that is a thing that you can't get back. But when you realize that and you don't let it, that's the other thing. Like when you realize that you've wasted time, or, to me, is it really wasted? Like I went to Thailand one time and all I did was try to get high and sleep with people. And I was in another country that was crazy. Like the things that happen in that country are so different to the things that happen in this country, and experiencing all those things would have been such a power move when you're there, but instead all I did was hang out with the similar kind of people that I would want to hang out with when I'm in America, which is fine, but you're not experiencing Thailand. Like I didn't want to go do anything. I met the tigers and that was a burden. I was like, oh, I gotta go, and I was like, let me pet the tiger. And then I'm like, I think the tigers were in the same situation that I was in, as in they were sedated. I think basically when I met up with the tigers of Thailand were like, hey man. And I was like, hey man, like, you want to do anything? I'm like, not really. And they were like, yeah, me neither. And I was like, later. And then we both like walked off and thought about nothing because we were both sedated and numbed. And it's like, it's similar, man. Like, you let the tiger wake up and then he realizes where he is he doesn't want to be there and he doesn't want to be around you. But you keep him sedated so that he never realizes that where he is not where he's supposed to be. The difference is when you stop sedating yourself and realize that you're not supposed to be here around these people, you can get up and leave. They can't. And that is this joy that you get that the tiger can never get in Thailand. Like when I am no longer sedated and my brain starts firing off And I start realizing what's important in my life. Even the energy. I said this today. There's a person that I love. He's a good person. His energy drains me. And I always thought that people said, oh, your energy, I don't like your energy. I'm like, gay. But I want energy for my son, for my girlfriend. If my mother texts, I text Dingo's mum last night, because I got time and energy because I feel Dingo talking to me, I'm like, make sure my mum's okay. And I'm like, I will, dude, because I got that energy, like I'm going to drive, like 5.5 hours today to go skate, because it's important to me. Because I want to get good. I want to get my legs back. I want to do stuff with my skateboard because I know with my 53, I'll be 54 this year. And I'm gonna do 7-foot fronts at airs, and older people are gonna go, this guy's 54, he can do 7-foot fronts at airs. Maybe I should go skate. And then you'll go skate, and then you like sweat and exercise and get joy and adrenaline, and that'll make you more excited. And maybe you'll go say something nice to your kids or to other person because you exercise. You feel better about yourself. If you feel better about yourself, then you feel better about other people. And then I'm creating this thing, where I'm making the world a better place. It's not like I changed the whole world or anything. It's just a couple people. And it's like this podcast. Oh, we're totally raw dog. Like, I did great. Congratulations. This is not what I am anymore. This is what I am, and I'm happy about it. And if it helps one person, and it always does, then it's worth it. The money doesn't mean anything. If someone goes, hey, man, Jason Ellis 2.0 is awesome. We want to give you a couple grand. Okay. I'll take it. But if they don't, okay. I don't care. I'm doing positive things. I'm doing good things. So there you go. I've recapped. If you don't like me anymore because of my conservative values, okay. I can only talk on my experiences. It's the same as when I said something about the OnlyFans thing. I saw somebody, it was like, OnlyFans, and I'm a sex worker and I've never been happier. I didn't say you were a bad person. I just said that in my experience, the people that were in it, it's always, you're always trying, you're sleeping with people you don't really want to sleep with. It doesn't make you feel that good about yourself. And when you don't feel that good about yourself, instead of sitting with it and dealing with it and understanding why, you will get high. You will do something to stay out of your own head. And when you stay out of your own head, you're running from yourself. You never know who you really are. And if you don't know who you really are, you can't fully enjoy life. And that's, again, only my experience. These times, this text message that I got from my son last night made me, I couldn't go to sleep because I was so happy that what I'm doing with my life is making my son proud of me. When I'm gone, he remembers this guy, not the other guy. He knows Dad did stuff on OnlyFans. Dad was in a dark place, hung out with a bunch of dark people. No offense to them. Don't get triggered by any of these things that I say. If you're in porn, if you're a sex worker, whatever it is that you do, if you're a Republican, I don't care. People that are racist, I'm not, but I don't care anymore. I don't know how you were raised, People that love Donald Trump, like a lot, over the top. I don't care. If you love Joe Biden or whoever is next, I don't care. If you love the Raiders, I don't care. I don't care about these little things. Like, we're a fan of this. Like, I love Metallica. If you don't, I don't care. It doesn't really matter. Who won the fight last night? I'm happy for the guy or the girl, but I don't really care. Because I like me. I like my life. I like, I got enough money to buy a steak. I'll cook it for me and my girlfriend, and I'm real happy about it. You know? I wake up, do my little step things, I pray, I go in the backyard, lift some weights, you know, have a backyard. Things are great, man. Oh, wait a minute. Again, easy on the long text messages, you guys. Hey, Jason, it's Super Agent Ari. I'm not even reading the rest of it. What you need to do is some open mics. Work on your comedy. Because you're not that funny. I'm going to do a special, by the way. It's going to be great. It's going to be huge. Clothing line's about to drop new stuff, new skateboards. Tour dates if anybody wants to see me on the road. thejasonellis.com. I'm really good. I'm better than I've ever been. And in a couple of months, I'll be even better because I'm never running from it. I'm always working on it. I'm always, what can I do? What can I say? How can I sharpen it? What about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? What about if I do this? What about if I try that? Always evolving. Always doing skateboard tricks in my head. Always doing boxing shit in my head. Always doing things like, who can I reach out to say something nice? How can I inspire somebody? And all those things make me feel better about myself. Yeah? When I start to go down a dark road, think about something that's going to make me feel bad about myself. If I'm hanging out with somebody that's starting to make me feel bad about myself or making me anxious, I'm not mad at you. I understand your reasons for being you. Even if I don't understand your reasons for being you, I'm sure you've got a good excuse or a good reason. All I know is me. How can I be, I can't help anybody that I care about if you're troubling me. So I just separate myself from that, And in my experience, the people that I hang out with, that some people don't like me for hanging out with, so far when I hang out with them, I feel good about it. And when I don't feel good about it anymore, I will separate myself. But that's me actually hanging out with that person. You don't hang out with that person. You don't know what you're talking about. Instead of saying negative stuff on social media, you should go to the gym, eat right, kiss your wife, say something nice, write a nice card, send a nice text message to your mother or your parents. Do you have parents? That's awesome. You should say something nice to them. Maybe they never said anything nice to you, and that's why you find it incredibly difficult to say anything nice to anybody else. Work on that. Because as a person that has been in the dark and big negative and walked around being dark and scary, I was not happy. It wasn't a very enjoyable existence. Millions of dollars. It's not very happy. I have reversed millions of dollars right now. And I've never been happier. Things have never been better. And because it's been so consistent, I don't believe in a bright future. I know that the future is bright. And that doesn't happen from stumbling into it. There's work. You gotta work. Like I'm gonna do this thing on the weekend that is extremely dangerous. Extremely. People that care about me, I know they're not trying to say it, but I know they're worried about me. Because for my age, it's a little irresponsible. But it's a challenge, and I know I can do it. But knowing it and not putting the work in, there's a lot of stress that comes with that. And if you stress, that can make you lose concentration, and that's when things can go wrong and you can get really hurt. So I'm driving to the ramp and I'm skating all the time, and I'm like, hey legs, I know it's been a while since we were really good at skateboarding, but do you remember? Because let's wake those bad boys up and let's do what we used to do and do it well and do it with confidence and do it over and over again and get better. And that's the other thing. The more I skate, the more I'm having fun. There's less pressure. There's less anxiety. You know, because that's the thing. This is all metaphors for life. Anxiety comes from not putting the work in and getting involved in stuff that you're not sure about. When you put in the work, the anxiety disappears because you show up to do something and you know you've put in the work and you don't think it's going to work out. You know it's going to work out. And that's why I know it's going to work out. And there's a confidence with that. So when something bad happens, because make no mistake, bad things are going to happen to all of us. When bad things come my way, I'm me. I'm a great American. I ain't sweating you. I ain't sweating bumps in the road. I ain't sweating any of that stuff. You know? I'll figure it out. I'm me. Me is not to be fucked with. I put in work. I know I do. So I have that confidence. So there's no hole in my heart. I know I got it. I am already like, am I going to Costa Rica or am I going to Thailand? That's how much I know I'm going to make it. Yeah? What kind of shoes does my girlfriend want? Pick a color. Because I'm getting them. You know? I know I'm going to do it. So I'm going to go. So once again, the people that do listen to this, hell yeah. The people that don't, that maybe see a clip on social media, yes, it's true. I associate with Tim Pool. It's true. I like him. He is not a racist, and he is not homophobic. I don't know the president of Russia, so I don't know. He told me that he is not a Russian spy. Who is it? Vladimir Putin?
Yeah.
That's his name, right?
Yeah.
If he calls me tomorrow and goes, hey, man, nice working with you. It's insane. Like, who am I, dude? And, welcome to Booties. I'll be like, oh, wow. Okay. Maybe I should get out of this. And I will politely step out, you know? Right now, as far as I can tell, I think we're in the clear. So have a good weekend. Enjoy your lives, you know? Like I said, man, right now, I have never been happier. My son texts me out of the blue, pretty sure nobody told him to, just to tell me how he appreciates how hard I work and he's proud of me for me staying sober. I give a fuck what the rest of the world thinks. I won. Don't die.